Hey guys, I miss y'all so much. I am going crazy, staying here at the house, not being able to get out, go anywhere, or do anything. It's driving me insane. But it's okay because it is for the best. Everybody needs to stay home so we can get rid of this and everybody can be healthy and safe and be able to move on with their lives. I wanted to jump on real quick and just kind of do a review on some of the math that y'all did this last week. I tried to make it really easy and more of a review than anything that's new. So this last week on your math, Monday was all about decimals. It was adding and subtracting decimals. Some of it dealt with multiplying decimals and even a little bit of division with decimals. So I went back over and I looked at all of the stuff that y'all turned in. And it looks like we're still having issues a little bit with dividing with decimals. So I pulled out one of the problems that it looks like more than 5 or so people missed on division with decimals. So I'm going to do that real quick with y'all. And then we'll move on and talk about something else. So the first one was a lot of people, for some reason, missed it. Y'all, I've had to improvise, okay? I went to the dollar store and I tried to find some dry erase markers and a whiteboard. Well, they had a whiteboard, but the whiteboard was tiny. It was smaller than a regular piece of paper, and it did not work. And I did not want to go to another store because that means more exposure. So I hunted around the dollar store here in my tiny little town of Kearns, and I tried to find something that would work. Sometimes you just have to improvise, okay? So don't laugh. But what I found was a serving tray. See, it's so pretty. It's a serving tray, but on the back of it, it's a nice white surface that I'm going to use as our whiteboard today. And it's going to work, and it will be great. So, moving on, the lesson. Okay, I'm back. I hope that's recording. I had to figure out a different system because I realized when I was videoing a minute ago that the image was reversed and y'all couldn't really see what I was doing. So I tried to set up a system. Hopefully it works. I'm just gonna make sure this is recording real quick. Yeah, we're going. Okay, we're good. Alright, so as I was saying a minute ago, one of the ones that y'all missed for division with decimals was actually a really easy one, and I had like several people miss it, so we're going to talk about that. We had 1 8/10. Can y'all see that? Divided by 6. Okay, so y'all remember when we were talking about decimals and stuff back at the beginning and we learned how to divide with those? The trick that I told y'all was if there's a decimal in the den, remember, blast it through the roof then, right? So 6 does not go into 1, but 6 will go into 18. So 6 goes into 18 3 times. 6 times 3 is 18. 18 minus 18 is 0. So your answer should have been 3/10. Okay? That was one of the ones that y'all missed. So that was just one quick little reminder that I wanted to give y'all with decimals. Make sure that you are putting that decimal in the correct place in your answer. It has to go right above where it is, okay? You can't move it, you can't change it, because remember that changes the value, guys, okay? Another one, Monday was decimals. Wednesday was just regular multiplication, okay? And I noticed there were a couple of the multiplication problems that a lot of y'all missed, and I think that it was missed because y'all didn't scratch, lay an egg. All right, remember, you cannot miss that step. make sure you're lining your numbers up and putting them where they go, okay? Because if you don't, you're going to get off and your answer's going to be wrong, and you would have done all of that work for nothing, because then you'll get a final answer that's not correct, and you don't want to do that. All right, so I don't want this video to be super long, so I'm going to try and keep it short as much as possible. What I do want to do is go ahead and talk about what your lesson is going to be next week. Next week, we are going to be multiplying fractions by whole number. And y'all know how to do this, okay? A lot of them are word problems that's on the lesson that I put up. And that'll be posted today, guys, this afternoon. Me and Miss McCullough are changing some things as far as when things are due for our lessons, and we'll talk to y'all about that probably in our Zoom at 6 here in a little bit. So you're only going to have one math lesson next week. You're only going to have one science lesson next week. Okay, so you're only going to have one assignment in each one of those subjects for me. You're also only going to have one assignment in each subject for Miss McCullough. We'll give y'all more details on that in a little bit. So, your math lesson for next week is going to be multiplying fractions by a whole number. Alright? So, I wanted to show y'all real quick an example and a reminder. So, like, let's say you had 20 people come into your party, okay? And 3/5 of your whole group of 20 wanted sweet tea. Alright? And you had to figure out how many sweet teas that was. If 3/5 of 20 wanted sweet tea, this is how we would figure that out. Okay? So remember, of typically means we're going to multiply. So we would do 3/5 of 20. Y'all remember? And then what you would do is you've got to make this whole number a fraction. Y'all remember how to do that? We do that by putting it over 1, right? So then we would have 3/5 times 20 over 1. Okay? And then you just multiply straight across, guys. And so we would have 60 over 5. Okay? Then what you do? Now we T-bone, right? Top in, bottom out. Our larger number is bigger than our bottom number. So we're going to T-bow it. So we're going to do 60 divided by 5. 5 goes into 6 one time. That's 5. We have 1. We check. 1 is less than 5. We bring down our 0. Then we have 5 into 10. 5 goes into 10 2 times. Okay? 5 times 2 is 10. Subtract, you get 0. Right? So now our quotient, the answer that you got for this division problem is 12. Okay? So that means 12 people that were at my party wanted sweet tea. If y'all remember, I showed y'all how to make a picture representation of this, right? So what this means is if we had 20 people and that 20 people was split into 5 groups, right? So 5 groups, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. To split that evenly, we would have to have 4 people in each group. Y'all remember? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's my 5 groups. Okay? 3 out of 5 wanted sweet tea. So 3 of these groups wanted sweet tea. 4 plus 4 plus 4 is 12. Okay? So that's how we figure out that 3/5 of 20 tells me 12 people wanted sweet tea at the party. Okay, so I want y'all to think about that. Look at this video more than once before you go do that lesson next week. I have that assigned for Monday. I need you to work these problems out on paper with pencil, guys. You cannot do this in your head. You cannot rush through it. You've got to take your time, okay? Work it out. A lot of these that are in the lesson coming up are word problems. So go back and watch that video and think about what I said. All right, I'm going to cut this short. I don't want to talk anymore. I just wanted to give y'all a quick review and a quick insight on what's to come. Those lessons will be posted this afternoon. I'm going to do that actually right after I get done making this video. I'm going to post this video and next week's lessons. Don't do those today, okay? You do not have to do that as soon as I post it. You can wait and do it on the day that it's due. Me and Miss McCullough are going to give you more details on that in our Zoom meeting this afternoon. All right, guys, I miss y'all so much. I love y'all, and I cannot wait to see your faces. I will talk to y'all later. Bye.